Okay. Me too.
Right. We're rolling.
3, 2, 1, go!
When I moved to Boston in 2015, I was excited to be a college student in the college town of the U.S. I naively saw Boston housing as one huge dorm, a city taking care of its students. But as I recently learned firsthand, that's not always the case. According to a basic needs in higher education survey conducted in 2019, 17% of college students in Massachusetts are experiencing homelessness. That's nearly 1 in 5 students. And with COVID-19, housing insecurity is just going to keep getting worse. Even though 33% of renters report being unable to pay August rent, federal eviction protection has expired. This means that 19 to 23 million renters are at risk of eviction. And in Boston, 78% of eviction filings happen in communities of color. Eviction furthers racial and economic disparities. And it's also linked to increased risk for respiratory diseases like COVID. Housing insecurity can happen to anybody. Take me, for example. Up until mid-March, I was living in an apartment on Galen Street. But there were fundamental disagreements with my roommates about how to stay safe during the pandemic. I packed my room into storage, found a subletter, and biked across the park to live with my partner on Pratt Street. Pratt Street was a dream compared to the isolation of Galen Street. Cookouts, homemade limoncello, nightly board games. Oh, and this Katanomy? The beginning of 13 Pratt Theater Company.
How can I do this for 18?
Okay, repeat after me. Peter Piper, the pickled pepper picker, picked a peck of pickled peppers. Days got hot and long and I started teaching theater camp online.
Wait, what are the words?
If Peter Piper, the pickled pepper picker. If Peter Piper, the pickled pepper picker, picked a peck of pickled... Is that you farting? Unfortunately, 2 noisy artists in one room didn't go so well. I think I need my own space to be successful in this job. Look at this gorgeous apartment. It's perfect. Stained glass, a big kitchen, a community of artists, and on Church Street. What a perfect location! I'm a small local landlord, just have these 2 places. I like to keep an eye out for younger tenants. We value community here, and we all show up for each other. I'll take it! Moving was a breeze. All we have to do is move everything from Galen Street to Pratt Street, and then Pratt Street to Church Street. As I moved in, the landlord of Church Street told me about a violent issue between current tenants, about the new roommate he had already decided for me, and about the rent raise I was just now learning of. Wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. Well, you can get the roommate to do something to you so you can file a restraining order. Then we'll evict him. Surprise! I'm back. I didn't know what to do. I had signed a lease already. Luckily, Boston has some great tenants' rights organization, and the folks at City Life Vida Urbana empowered me to get the heck out of there. Because what was happening to me was illegal, and I had no idea. Dear landlord, I am writing to inform you that I will be breaking the lease of Church Street. I have been constructively evicted due to health and safety concerns. Now it's the end of August. I've been living out of the same backpack since March, and I'm not sure what's next. The lease at Pratt Street is up in 11 days, and we're all going our different ways. Finding a new apartment is challenging, and I'm wary of falling into another trap with a shitty landlord. And even when I do find a place to live, where do I go on August 31st when, like most Boston renters, I'm in between leases? I suppose I could always camp in the backyard. A friend jokes, "You're getting a taste of the hobo lifestyle." I don't think that's funny. I'm scared about where I'm going to sleep on the 31st, how I will attend my first day of classes at my graduate program, where I will go to the bathroom. But honestly, when I think about my experiences this summer, I just see the immense privilege that I have. A safe place to escape to, access to free legal advice, financial and emotional support from my family, the time to deal with all of this, a therapist. My friend is right, this is my first taste of housing insecurity, but it's not a lifestyle, and it's definitely not a joke. Safe and secure housing is a human right, and it's up to us, the tenants, the subletters, the couch surfers, and the squatters, to look out for each other, because when October 17th rolls around and the eviction moratorium in Massachusetts is up, there's going to be a tidal wave of evictions. And because of our white supremacist, capitalist government, it's going to impact communities disproportionately. Call your representatives and demand rent forgiveness. Donate to grassroots tenants' rights organizations like City Life Vida Urbana if you can. Get involved with Neighborhood Mutual Aids Group. If you have the means, contribute to individual rent fundraisers. Take care of your community, because we're all that we've got.
1,